There's no shortage of moving to San Diego videos out there, but most of them stop at the neighborhoods and the weather. Today, I thought I'm going to record a little bit more about what to expect when relocating and what people don't think about. Because relocation sounds amazing. We have the weather, we have the beaches, it's gorgeous, but let me tell you about the people that live here and our real estate market here in San Diego, the neighborhoods, the costs, the mistakes to avoid, and at the end, I'll explain how to decide if San Diego is really right for you. So let's start with, why do people relocate here in the first place? True, a lot of people are moving here for the climate. It makes sense. We're one of the sunniest cities in the US, and you'll often see our corner of the map at a perfect 70 degrees when the majority of the country is freezing or sweating. But there are a lot of other reasons too. People move here to San Diego for the outdoor lifestyle, the job opportunities, the military communities, the universities, the list goes on. But your reason for moving should shape your plan. So relocation doesn't work for everyone, especially for some people that are retiring and are looking maybe for lower cost areas. San Diego is more expensive, but still within California reasonable. So whatever the situation, you'll need to choose both a home and a neighborhood to match. Before you ask, what's the best neighborhood in San Diego, we should ask, what does my daily life need to look like after I move? How far are you willing to commute? Do you want to be near the coast? Would you rather have more space inland? Do you need to have schools close by, freeways? This is exactly where many relocation buyers get stuck. They fall in love with the idea of San Diego, but they don't exactly plan for kind of the daily realities here. So now, what does the San Diego real estate market look like? It's still competitive. We still have a shortage in inventory, but here's the thing, San Diego isn't really just one market. It's made up a bunch of smaller markets that are all very different. Let me give you an example. A condo in downtown isn't remotely in the same market as a 5-bedroom home in Del Mar or a 3-acre ranch in East County of San Diego. Sure, there's some factors like the economy that will affect the overall market, but even more than most cities you're familiar with, different neighborhoods will behave very differently, even if you're right next to each other. So for instance, La Jolla and Pacific Beach are right next to each other, but their markets are completely different. Differences like pricing. Also think about housing supply, HOAs, lot sizes, home styles, lifestyle. I'll get into the more specifics in a minute, but here's some rules of thumb. Coastal areas generally cost more because of the high demand and limited space. Areas further inland tend to offer more space. Neighborhoods further out are often more affordable than downtown, but there are a few exceptions. And of course, whether you're looking for a condo or townhouse also depends your entry point for pricing. Now, San Diego home prices vary. That number tells you almost nothing about what your actual options are. You have to compare the neighborhoods. That's where choosing a lifestyle comes in first, because the right house and the wrong location can still be the wrong decision. So with that in mind, let me tell you about how to compare the neighborhoods based on what you're looking for. Of course, there's no single best neighborhood in San Diego. The right one for you will depend on your budget, your daily routine, and your overall needs. So let me give you an overview to help you get a sense of what area might be the right fit. And that's my dog. If you want a more urban feel, Bankers Hill and Hillcrest are good places to start. You're close to the park, downtown, medical centers, restaurants, coffee shops. Just pay close attention to parking, building age, and HOA rules, because one block can feel very different than the next. If you feel like an older home, restaurants, breweries, or local businesses, look into the North Metro area, North Parks, South Parks, University Heights, Kensington. But since homes are older, inspections really do matter here. You'll want to look into the things like the roof, foundation, plumbing, electrical, and sewer line. Mission Valley is central and in a more practical way. You'll find tons of condos, townhouses, and there's great access to shopping malls, as well as the trolley, freeways, and so forth. Take a close look at the HOA fees, the parking, flood-related disclosures in certain parts of Mission Valley are important. For coastal regions in San Diego, most areas will have a unique vibe. Pacific Beach is busier, Ocean Beach more laid back, La Jolla and Del Mar higher end, Point Loma feels established with bay views and ocean access, and Coronado is very distinct island style market. So coastal living is beautiful and definitely Get a feel for the lifestyle and your budget. If you want practical central access in residential areas, Claremont, Bay Park, Serra Mesa, Tirsana, Allied Gardens are great to know. These are areas where you have easy freeway access and you can still be close to the coast. You'll tend to see mid-century houses, single-story homes, and condos, but condition will vary. For more suburban feels like Carmel Valley, Scripps Ranch, Rancho Bernardo, and so forth, you want to have more space in those areas. The schools are great. The trade-off can be longer drives to the beach or downtown area. East County tends to be the spot buyers seek out for more space, larger lots, and more reasonable price points. La Mesa has a charming village area. Santee feels more suburban, and El Cajon or Lakeside can offer a wider range of properties. Just factor in hotter summers and longer commute times. South Bay is also very diverse. Chula Vista includes both established neighborhoods and newer communities like East Lake and Otero Ranch. National City is closer to the ocean, closer to downtown, and Piolo Beach has a very relaxed coastal feel. So it just really depends on your commutes. North County is another big category. Coastal areas like Carlsbad, Encinitas, Ocean Beach, Solana Beach, super sweet beach village areas close to the water. Poway is more inland, you get more room. The commute and the heat are important to test before deciding. Poway is warmer. So how do you compare? Online research definitely helps, but I can't stress enough how important it is to drive these neighborhoods in person. That's what will tell you how a place will start to feel on a Tuesday morning, during school pickup, or after dinner. Don't just ask, do I like this area? Ask, would I feel comfortable during a normal week here? Where would you grocery shop? How long is the commute? Is parking realistic? Are you close to the people and services you need? Do you like the weather in that part of the county? And again, does the home support the life you're moving here for? That's how you compare San Diego neighborhoods in a way that actually makes sense. So now let's talk about what it costs to live here, because I'm sure this one has been weighing on your mind. Yes, San Diego has a high cost of living. Housing is the biggest factor, of course. San Diego's average home price is in the 900,000s. But as I mentioned, that doesn't tell you much about the submarket you'll be looking in. And even the housing part of your cost includes more than just the home price. You'll need to plan for things like utilities, HOA dues, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and repairs. And beyond the home itself, other expenses like gas, groceries, and entertainment are also more expensive than in most parts of the country. So my advice to you is to compare your full monthly budget, not just the purchase price, or especially if you're relocating from somewhere with lower lifestyle prices. Break down every category. Ask yourself, what will the mortgage be like? What will the commute be like? And so on. A home can fit your budget on paper, but still feel tight once you include everything else. If you need to sell a home before you buy here in San Diego, timing matters. You may need to coordinate your sale, loan approval, temporary housing moving dates, and purchase contract. You can sell first and then buy. That gives you a clearer budget, or you may need temporary housing. I'll go more into the renting options in just a minute. You can buy first and then sell. That may reduce the stress of moving, but you'll usually need stronger financing. You can also use a contingent offer that does work in some cases, but it may be less competitive depending on the season in our market. I can share more insight. There's no one fits all answers here. The right strategy depends on your timing and your flexibility. Now, if you currently own a home and you're thinking about relocating to San Diego, knowing what your home may be worth is one of the best first steps. That number affects your down payment, buying power, timing, and whether you should sell first or rent first. Now, as promised, let's talk about whether you should rent first or buy right away. Renting first can be smart if you don't know San Diego well. It gives you time to test neighborhoods against your routine before making a long-term decision. Many people think they want one thing before they move, then realize something else or better comes up. So it's important to kind of test out the different options. Sometimes people think they want to be close to the coast, and then they realize that they don't have enough room, it's too close to their neighbors, it's hard to find parking. That stuff is really easy and convenient to test out first. On the other hand, buying will avoid having to move a few times, twice, 3 times. Buying from the start also saves you the trouble of needing to test out all these different areas. A fast move can work, but a rushed move without local context can lead to regret. So in San Diego, regret can be expensive. That's where a neighborhood consultation comes in. We can talk through your budget, commute, housing needs, lifestyle preferences, and long-term goals so you can compare areas more clear. And by the way, if this information helps, please hit subscribe. I share practical San Diego real estate advice for buyers and sellers and anyone relocating to this area. Now I want to talk about the biggest mistake people make when relocating here. One thing people don't always realize is that a lot of San Diego really isn't very walkable. Many people picture walking to coffee, restaurant, beaches, daily errands, but not every home gives you that lifestyle. A lot of San Diego is very car dependent and spread out. Expanded transit options have helped a bit, but it's a slow process. Even within specific neighborhood, walkability varies a lot. So if that matters to you, carefully take a few walks around to gauge whether it feels right. And that leads right into something else that really people get surprised by, the traffic. San Diego might not have LA level traffic, but it's still a huge factor here. A drive that looks simple on a map can feel very different looking at peak hours. Test the commute at the time you would really be driving, not on a Sunday afternoon or in the middle of a day. Test it during commute windows. Commute stress can completely change how you like living here. For condos and townhomes, another thing that can sneak up on you is HOA fees. Condos can be great options, and there are still some with low HOA fees, but a lot of it depends on the type of home you're buying in. Is it luxury? Is it low end, high end? A lower purchase price with a high HOA may not be as affordable as it looks. So be sure to watch those monthly dues carefully when house hunting. And you'll also want to look at the HOA rules, parking, pet policies, and so forth. Another issue is that because of high costs, some people buy too far from work without testing their commutes. This usually happens when buyers want more space for the money. That's understandable, but if the commute wears you down every day, the bigger home might not be worth it. So you have to decide what matters most: space, location, commute, lifestyle, monthly payment. You can't maximize everything, so choose your trade-offs carefully. And finally, I mentioned earlier, but I really want to drive this home, don't fall so in love with the house that you forget about your actual daily routine. A beautiful home can still be the wrong fit if the location doesn't work for you. The goal isn't just to relocate. The goal is to relocate well and have a great lifestyle. So to recap, relocation to San Diego can be a great move, but you need a plan. The weather and the beaches are amazing, but it's easy to overlook the other stuff that comes along with it, like cost of living, HOA fees, commute trade-offs, daily lifestyle decisions. Before you move, just be sure to understand why you're moving, what our differences in the areas are, and the full cost. And the simplest way to decide if San Diego is right for you is to ask yourself, can I build the life I want here in a way that makes sense both financially and emotionally? That's the real question. And if you still need help answering those, I'm here for you. If you're thinking about selling your current home, relocating to San Diego, or planning some other type of major move, I'd be happy to assist you, and we can just walk you through the different steps, much like we discussed here. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Melina Rizon. I'll see you in the next video.